So Netivot Shalom, and we do Parashat Shelach and page Ein Gimel. Tova Aretz Meod Meod. Right? So this verse actually come right after the Meraglim were talking badly about Eretz Israel. And Yoshua Ben Nun said, Tova Aretz Meod, the land is very good. Twice, right? Meod Meod, very, very. He said, יש לבאר משמעות טובה הארץ מאוד מאוד. We need to explain, what does it mean, מאוד מאוד? שבוודאי אין הכוונה על טוב גשמי גרידא. He says, certainly it's not talking about the גשמיות of the land. But שטובה הארץ מאוד מאוד בעניינים רוחניים. But the land is very good, very, very good in spiritual things. בתורת אבות איתם המרן הסבא הקדוש מסלונים, זכותו הגן לנו, בפירוש טובה הארץ מאוד מאוד. So he said, שרומז למה שאמרו חז"ל למסכת אבות, he said that this is hint what our sages said למסכת אבות, מאוד מאוד עבה שפל רוח. Right? You should be very, very humble. Which means, היינו שארץ ישראל ניתנת ושייכת רק לאלו שיש להם מידת הכנעה, בבחינת מאוד מאוד עבה שפל רוח. So said the land of Israel is giving or belong to only the one that have like a very, very humble level. Like the spirits or the soul is a very low. וצריך בירור, we need to explain. מדוע דווקא ארץ ישראל שייכת רק לשתי רוח? Why the land of Israel belong only to the people that are very humble? הנה מדרש איתה במדרש רבה it says, אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא למשה, in הארץ חביבה עליי, וישראל חביב עליי. The land is like my favorite, and Israel are my favorite as well. So I need to enter or to bring in Israel, which are my favorites, into the land that I favorite. וגם בזה צריך בירור, but also in that we need to explain. It means that the land, right, Hashem really like it. It's the favorite land of Hashem. But again, probably it's not talking about, right, אין הכוונה שחביבה מבחינה גשמית. It's not from the physical, from the materialism thing. כן יש לבאר מה שאמרו חז"ל למסכת כתובות. This is very, very difficult. כל הדר בארץ ישראל דומה כמי שיש לו אלוה. וכל הדר בחוץ על הארץ דומה כמי שאין לו אלוה. Anyone that live in Eretz Israel, it is if like he have a God. Anyone that live outside of Israel, it is if like it doesn't have a God. Also they says, ועוד אמרו, כל היוצא לחוץ לארץ כאילו עובד עבודה זרה. Anyone that live Eretz Israel, it is like he's doing idol worshiping. והרמב"ם פוסק כן להלכה, and the Rambam, this is הלכה. וצריך בירור, we need to explain, what does it mean that it is if like he's doing idol, like עובד עבודה זרה, and the one that doesn't have a God, right? We all living outside of the land of Israel. I actually lived over there and I moved here. So we need to understand, it will explain here, I think, but there is another good explanation that, and sometimes people are hold on to only to the part of the pasuk or holding on only to this. And they said, oh, that's it, don't have God, let's go back to Eretz Israel. Yeah, we should live over there, we should live. But each case by case. But it says here, and from other Chachamim, that it's not literally. It's like the feeling, or it is if like, right? So it's not that really that is mamash doing avodah zarah. For example, the land of Israel is being watched directly by Hashem. Hashem is the one that controlling. The Hashem is, it says, הארץ שבה שעיני השם בה תמיד, that the eyes of Hashem are always, that there's no minister, no sar. And other places on the planet, there are ministers for each and every nation, and ministers that are controlling and they're ruling in the area. So when we are living outside of Israel, then we are actually under the ruling of these ministers, spiritual ministers. So it is if like doing idol worship, because these lands are being controlled or being ruled by these type of ministers and not directly by Hashem. So this is another way to understand. Okay, so let's go back to נתיבות שלום. והעניין, דהנה כל התורה והמצוות תכליתם אחת היא. So all the Torah and the mitzvot, they have one purpose. שיהודי יהיה דבוק בשם יתברך, to cleave to השם. As the Zohar הקדוש explain, right? He says שתרי"ג מצוות הם תרי"ג עיתים. Like the 613 are like 613 advices for us. In order for us to use it, היינו עצות להגיע לבו תדבק שהוא תכלית כל התורה והמצוות. We're keeping the mitzvot, each and every mitzvah bringing us closer to Hashem, and each and mitzvah helping us to cleave to Hashem. And that's the purpose of the Torah and the mitzvot. That's why we have them. I think we said it before, that mitzvot, the root is tsevet. Tsevet is to connect something. When you say in Hebrew, a crew in English, right, is a bunch of people that are working, they're doing something together. So if you translate crew to Hebrew, it's tsevet, like mitzvot, tsevet, because they're all together. So these are what the mitzvot are doing. They're bringing us closer with Hashem. In the beginning, it says in מסילת ישרים, פתיחת מסילת ישרים, איתה שהתכלית של יהודי בעולמו, להתענג על השם וליהנות מזה ישכנתו. But over there, we said that the purpose for us in our world is to have pleasure from Hashem and to enjoy His glory of the Shekhinah. And also he wrote over there, דהנה שמו הקדוש ברוך הוא לאדם, במקום שרבים בו מרחיקים אותו ממנו יתברך. But Hashem put us in this world, in a place that actually there's so many things that can distract us and taking us away from Hashem. כל העולם הזה משופע בתאוות המרחיקים את יהודים מהשם יתברך, right? We have so many desires, temptation, I don't know, new shopping malls with 50 different types of sushis and meat and places that people are now going to hang out and etc. It's all kosher. It's all kosher, but it's all of these things like taking us away from Hashem. וכל מציאותו של העולם הזה, and the reality of this world, is actually contradict the purpose of a Jew, to enjoy and to have pleasure from Hashem and to enjoy His glory of the Shekhinah. She said, indeed, אכן לעומת זה, right? So against that, Hashem, in His mercy, give us few gifts, right? הקדוש ברוך הוא, נתן הקדוש ברוך הוא ברוב רחמיו, כמה וכמה מתנות לסייע ליהודי להגיע לתכליתו. So Hashem gave us presents or mean or other things that we can use in order to get to the purpose of our life. דברים המקרבים מביאים אותו לדבקות בשם ואף, things that are bringing us closer and cleaving to Hashem. And we have that and we learn that. בעולם, שנה ונפש. Right? We have the world, location, shana, which is timing, and nefesh is our soul. So in the world, in the location, right? Location, it's the land of Israel. And in the year, right, in timing, about timing, it's Shabbos. And in the nefesh, for our soul, it's actually the Torah and the mitzvot. וזה עניינה של ארץ ישראל, שהיא מקום ששורה בו קדושה עליונה, right? So the land of Israel, there is a divine, the Shekhinah, the divine Shekhinah, the holy of Hashem is dwelling there. כדאית ביתן עדבי אליהו, it said שהקדוש ברוך הוא ברא את כל הארצות כולן, והפריש את ארץ ישראל תרומה מכל הארצות. So it is if like Hashem, right? So Hashem created all the countries, and he separated Israel like a truma, right? When we're baking challah, or we have whatever, today we don't do that much, but we have a truma, like a donation, a gift that we give to the Kohen. So Hashem is like, took Eretz Israel. He created the planet and all the lands, the countries, but Eretz Israel considered to be the Truma. And the Truma have a higher level of Gedusha, right? Which is Kodesh LaHashem. Shekol Aratzot and Gashmiot. So all the other lands are like more into the physicality, into the materialism. But the land of Israel, Eretz Israel, היא הנשמה הרוחנית של כל הארצות ושל כל העולם, ששוברה בקדושה העליונה. So it is like the entire planet is the body, and the land of Israel is the soul. It's a higher level. ויהודי נמצא בארץ ישראל, so a Jew that is dwelling, is living in ארץ ישראל, וזוכה לא קדושתה, and again, he have the merit to the light of the Kedusha, then he will have a divine Kedusha on him. And it will be, and he will have better chance, to better capabilities, להתקדש, to sanctify, and to get closer to Hashem יתברך. וכן מצינו במאמר הכתוב, ואוסו פנו בראשית, ואומר השם אל אברהם, right? לך לך מארצך ומולדתך ומבית אביך אל הארץ אשר הרקע, right? Go leave your land and your hometown, your father house, right? To the land that I will going to show you. And the Mefarshim, they were asking, he said, we don't find in the Torah at all that Hashem actually showed him which land he's going to go. He said, to the land that I'll show you. Where? Which direction should I go? I'll show you. Just go. And the Sforno explained, Haaretz asher arecha, which means the land that I'm going to see, seen over there. Suddenly you will see me over there. That will be your sign that this is the land when I appear to you. Sham etra'e lecha. Right? You ever wonder what does it mean in Hebrew? Leitraot. See you later. Leitraot. We're going to see again. So this is what he said. Haaretz asher arecha. It's like leitraot. Haaretz asher arecha. Over there will etra'e lecha. במראות אלוקים. כדכתיב להלן, it says, ויעבור אברהם בארץ עד מקום שכם, עד אלון מורה, וירא השם אל אברהם, ואומר לזרעך תן את הארץ. So Abraham was walking, he's going from one place to another, right, until he reached out to Shechem, until Alon More, and then suddenly Hashem appeared to him, and then told him, oh, I will give this land to your descendant. That was the sign. ראינו שהקדוש ברוך הוא נתן לו סימן לארץ אשר הרקע. This is the place that I'm going to appear to you. And Abraham was walking with this siman until Alon More, that place. And then Hashem appeared to him, and then he knew, okay, this is the land that Hashem told me to go to. ועל מדרגתה הרוחנית של הארץ, אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא, so the spiritual level of the land of Israel, Hashem told him, first thing, דבר ראשון, לזרעך אתן את הארץ הזאת. First thing was, to your descendant I will give this land. This is the main bracha, the main blessing. In the same context of אשר אראך, which means, שבא הקדוש ברוך הוא מתראה אל יהודי, ובא יהודי רואה את שם יתברך, that Hashem is like appearing to each and every Jew, and the Jews see Hashem. כלשון הרמב"ל בספר בעלי נפש, it says, בן אדם פקח עיניך וראה תמונת יוצאך. It said, man, open your eyes and see the impression, see the picture of your creator. והפירוש בזה, and the explanation, והנה כל העולם הוא כשמו מלשון העלם, right? So in Hebrew, לשון הקודש, we know that the word have the essence of that object. So olam, right? You heard the rabbi say, right? The oilam, the world, the oilam. Olam, it's from e'alem, something that is hidden. This world, many things are hidden from us, right? Or hide from us. So he said, Sha'elokut ne'elemet bo, that Hashem is like, is hiding, and you don't see. Ve'en roem et HaKadosh Baruch Hu. אבל בארץ ישראל יש קדושה עליונה. There is a higher קדושה, which is the land that I'm going to appear to you. And over there we have the capability to see Hashem קדושה. And therefore it's keep on repeating. ולכן חוזר ונשמע כל כך הרבה פעמים בתורה, it's keep on repeating in the Torah, this עניין שהקדוש ברוך הוא נתן לישראל את הארץ, that Hashem gave us the land. because לכאורה, מה גודל חשיבותה לעומת ארצות אחרות הגדולות בין הפי כמה וכמה? Just think about it. Hashem Almighty. Why give us the land of Israel? A small, tiny, little place. We don't have resources over there. There's no gold, no oil, no diamonds. He could give us, I don't know, like a nice place somewhere in Latin America. Tropical weather, no winter, diamond, oil, rainforest, animals, right? Mountains. So many places, the great places in the world. Why on earth the land of Israel? Right? He could give us any places, like much bigger. He could give us one continent, the whole continent, only for ourselves. But he said, but the land of Israel is specifically the land of Israel. It's special because that's the only place that Hashem can appear to us over there. Right? And all the rest is just nonsense. And he said, "Ve'im kol ha'olam hu bichlal hadvarim hamurchikim mimenu yitbarach." So if the whole world is things that actually taking us away from Hashem, keeping us distant from Hashem, מיוחדת ארץ ישראל מכל הארצות. Again, the land is special. The land of Israel is special from all the other countries that we have the capability to get closer to Hashem. ועוד מצינו בחז"ל, also fun, the הקדוש ברוך הוא משרה שכינתו רק בצל. Like Hashem is like, his shechina can dwell only in the land of Israel. כדאית במחילתא, right? He says, תדע שאין השכינה נגלית בחוץ לארץ. You should know that the Shekhinah is not revealed. So, yeah, when we exiled, the Shekhinah was exiled with us. However, it cannot reveal itself outside the land of Israel like it can reveal inside the land of Israel. He says, and therefore, שלכן ברח יונה לחו"ל. Right? So, you know Yonah the Navi, the prophet, Hashem gave him a task to go and rebuke the city of Nineveh. And Yonah was afraid that will be, put Israel in a bad light because they are not Jews, and he will go to tell them that they're doing wrong, and they will do tshuva. And he's, Israel are being told many times to do tshuva, and we don't do tshuva. So therefore, he escaped, tried to escape Hashem, which is funny, right? But he was trying to escape outside the land of Israel, so the Shekhinah could not reveal to him. That's why he was running away. Because the Idgalut, because the revelation of prophecy to the prophets, it's in the land of Israel only. And therefore, that Nevuah is in a higher level of revelation of the Shekhinah. But he said, however, Kol Yehudi lefi erko, every Jew according to its level, רואה בארץ ישראל התגלות השכינה, you can see the revelation of the Shekhinah. For the prophets, it was in the revelation of the prophecy, because they were in a higher level. ולכל יהודי בהתגלות השכינה שרואה לפתע עצמו, right? So for any Jew, he can see at least, Hashem or the revelation of the Shekhinah in his level, in the context of, this is the land that I'm going to show you, that's the land. So you know the sign. Inside your soul, you know. ועניין ארץ ישראל הוא כמאמר הכתוב בפרשת וארא, ולקחתי אתכם לי לעם, right? I took you to me as a nation, והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ, right? And I brought you to the land. So said the יציאת מצרים, right? The redemption from Egypt, הייתה בבחינת אירוסים, that was like the engagement, that Hashem took us to be the chosen nation, right? שבא לקח הקדוש ברוך הוא את ישראל, להיות עם הנבחר, וביאת הארץ היא בחינת נישואין והבאה לביתו, והבאתי לכם אל הארץ, right? So bringing us to the land of Israel was at the completion of the marriage, because it's like Hashem bringing his bride into his home. והבאה לביתו, והבאתי אתכם אל הארץ, brought you to the land. And I think we're going to stop here. And בעזרת Hashem, we're going to continue on Thursday, בעזר השם יתברך.